Hi, my name is John Zamora, and I'm part of South Hall Graphics Barrio Mobile Art Studio. And today we're going to do a mobile inspired by Alexander Calder. And to see who Alexander Calder was, he was an American artist, but I'm just going to share a little video about him. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, and here, can you see it? Okay, so we're going to start.
As a very static art form.
Sorry.
We tend to think of sculpture as a very static art form, something that sits on a pedestal and we move around it. But Calder injected motion into art in a way that no one else ever had. The mobiles are suspended works of art. They are moved simply by a gentle touch of the hand or by air currents. They come alive to evoke our experience of nature, like petals of a flower or a leaf fluttering in the wind. These constellations of forms are so ingeniously balanced. They take on different forms as the object moves through space, and so the object is really never the same. We can stand in one place and it moves for us. There is something about Calder that sends us back to childhood, sends us back to the sort of wonders of discovery. They are so delicately constructed that your very presence actually impacts the work of art. This wonderful grace in these slow-moving objects has so much to do with his interest in dance, in performance. It is a kind of choreography of movement. There's big movement as the entire object spins, but then there are subsidiary movements within the object designed very carefully so that the elements do not touch one another. And the shadows become a sort of secondary work of art. Calder developed the mobile at a time when artists were interested in communicating the fast pace of modern life. I think the mobiles help to slow us down. We understand that they're turning, they're behaving, they're reacting. There is no way to fully experience a mobile without spending time with it. Calder's works hold our attention, and anytime you can step out of time with a great work of art is a gift from that artist.
Okay, so that was our video. And now I'm going to show you an example we're going to make today. It's, I always have a hard time pronouncing it. It's mobile. I always mispronounce it. So here we have an example we're going to do. But today we're going to do the easier one, which is like this. And then I'll show you how to do a harder one if we have more time. So what you will need today are a stick you can find at the park, or two. The more complicated you want to make it, the more sticks you'll get. You also need thread, this thicker one, or this thinner one if you want to make it more difficult. And then what else? You're going to need paper, crayons, and scissors. And for crayons, you can use crayons or watercolors or paints or anything you want. Okay, so we're going to start today by cutting. I'm going to show you. I'm going to cut 3 strings into the same length. And just use the same length. Stuck. And this is really perfect for the little ones if you want to make it. Okay, and now we have our strings. Now we're going to cut our paper. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your piece of paper and just cut it into, just fold it in half, like into, not half, fold it into a quarter size of the paper. That's not even a quarter. And then you're going to cut it in half. And then when you have your long paper, you're gonna cut into 3. 2. And these are gonna be our little hanging things. So our first shape we're gonna make is flower. We're just gonna draw a flower. You can see it. I thought this marker was better, but it's not. I have a better one. See it better. Yeah, this one's better. Okay, then we're gonna color with our crayons. Color one side. I always do one side first and then cut the other side. I'll show you right now. So we're gonna color. And since your paper is folded in half, it's easier to cut the flower and make an identical one. So you're just gonna cut. And then that way it's easier to color it on the other side. So you could just use your marker to do again the circle in the middle. And then this time so it could be a little different. I'm just gonna color different colors. So when it's hanging, you can see the difference. Okay, now another color. Use blue. Okay, now we have our first piece. Now we're gonna do another shape, which is gonna be, if you want, a heart. And you could use colors. You could use crayons and watercolors if you have watercolors. So you could just do the outline. You could use pretty much any materials you want on this one. And then with my watercolor. Just gonna color the inside. And then if we don't use a lot of water, we could just cut it right now. So again, we're gonna cut again. Here's our third shape. Now for our third shape, we're gonna make a little water droplet. Do it with the marker. Just gonna color. And then we're going to cut. Okay. Once we are done, we're gonna get our, oh, it should have been 3 pieces of, whoops, it should have been 4 pieces of, sorry, it should have been 4 pieces of thread. So there we have our 3, okay. So now when you're done, you're gonna get your thread and your glue. You're going to put glue on the inside. Or you can use tape too if you have tape. And then we're gonna put it in the middle. And then we're gonna close it with our other part. I'm just gonna let it dry for a little bit. So just tap it. And then the other one, you're gonna open it. We're gonna add glue. And we have our two. Then we have our last one. I forgot to do the other side. Let me do the other side. Little water droplet. So you're gonna open it, glue it. Okay, then we're gonna get, we're gonna let it dry for a little bit. So this one's almost dry. We're gonna let it dry. And then we're gonna get our sticks. This one's really big, so I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna use the smaller one actually. This is for the more simpler mobile. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna tie it on the end of one stick. I think the hardest part about making these is finding the balance in the middle. Or finding the balance to actually have in both of them. So then you're gonna tie it to the other side. And there you have it. And then we're gonna tie the little droplet in the middle. So you can use different lengths. So you're gonna tie like tying your shoelaces. And we're gonna cut off any excess string so it doesn't get tangled. Actually, you don't. If you have excess, you could actually use it to hang it. And there we have it. We have our, what's hard about this is making it hang however you want. So this is where the hard part about it comes in. So what you're gonna do is just pretty much try to find the right, you could tie it to see where you actually find the balance in it. You also move the middle to find the balance. You see, is that better? A little bit better. So you just play with it until you find the middle ground. Or if not, this looks perfect also. It could also be lopsided like cowgirls. And then we could just hang it wherever you want. Now, if you want to continue this one, we could just keep adding more sticks. So if you're done with this one is perfect for like kinder or younger ones. When you're done with that one, if you use another stick and then just tie it. And we're going to do the same thing all over again. We're going to tie the middle, and then we're going to tie the top one. So this could be as easy or as difficult as you want it to be. Now this one is ready for more hanging things on the side, right here. Now if you want to make it really complicated, I suggest using the super thin thread. Like you could barely even see it, like the one for sewing. And this one makes really complicated ones. And so you would pretty much do this exact same thing, except with this thread. And this thread is like it gets tangled. So you just have to be more careful. And yeah, and make the little decorations at the bottom. Or actually, if you want to make it like super natural looking, you could just, I'm gonna cut this to show, to make like more arts and crafts one. use a thin thread. See, I'm even having a hard time tying it. So you just tie it. Just, let me show you. Just make it, tie it. You could barely even see it. And then you could even use like one of the leaves that you find at the park. And then you could tie it, the leaf. I'm just having problems because I have long nails. Okay, there you go. Now I did it. There you go. And this one is for your older kids who have a lot of patience. So you can see it looks really cool when you hang it because you could barely see the things. So you're gonna be able to see them from far away. It just looks like it's hanging by itself. And yeah, I guess that's it. Lulu?
Thank you so much, Joan, for teaching us how to create a mobile today. I think that's really great that we get to also color in our own elements or use natural elements outside. So thank you folks for tuning in, and thank you again, Joan.
Thank you.
Make sure to tune in for our next workshop next month. And thank you all. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.